Hello guys, I'm Games here and welcome back to another Minecraft modding video. Today we'll learn how to create your first item. So, following the same rules as the block, we're going to start with public static final, this time item of course because we don't want to create a block, and then tutorial item equals new tutorial item, and then end it off. Now once again we got our file doesn't exist bug. Well, very easy to fix. We'll just create a new class called tutorial item. Now as soon as we got our tutorial item, we want this tutorial item to extend item, so we're gonna add extends item, which is gonna create it. It's gonna allow it to be an item and be accepted by Minecraft as a proper item file. Now we need to add a constructor to this item, so we'll do that. Now we've got that already. We've got superpower1, which is basically the item ID. Now if you go back to our mod, you can see it needs an argument. Now we don't want this to be 1, but we can add 1,000. And this may sound strange because this ID is already being used, but this is a block ID and this is an item ID, and the ID can be used only 2 times for items and blocks together, because one needs to be on the block and one can be used on the item, but you can't use the same ID on the block because that will just overwrite the previous block with that ID, but you can use an item with the same ID. I hope you could follow that. So now we're gonna set it to the creative tabs. And I don't know why it's not suggesting anything. So set the creative tabs dot, and we'll once again we'll just add it to tab blocks because that then it will be just at the same page as the other one. And then we're gonna set the unlocalized place adjust something. I like it when you do that. Set unlocalized name to, wait a second. Yeah, can you like start typing again? Okay, I don't know. My keyboard froze there or something because the rest of it worked. Okay, so type item. Now we got our tutorial item and tutorial block. We are going to need to do stuff with it. And no, we don't have to register this item. That will be done automatically. We only need to do modloader.addName, then tutorial item, comma code tutorial space item, and we'll end that line off with the sign. We always end it off with. Now the tutorial item has this basic code. You don't need to know what it means. The only part interesting here is this, and this is basically number saved as variable name power1. The power1 is used here, and power1 is the ID for this item. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make a texture for it. So I've painted that now open here with my previous texture. Once again, it will need to be 16 by 16, just like the blocks. And once again, we're going to remove the background. I'm not sure what the tutorial item will be, but I think I've got a quite good idea. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's only 16, which will be halved. I don't know why I waited that long, but we'll be 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which means here and here. And then we're gonna erase this. And then we're gonna do this. Oops. Along there. And then we're gonna make that black. Then we're gonna add some spots too because I like doing that. some okay, so you can see this is our thing. Now we're going to call it touch item. Once again, save on the desktop. And now we go here, touch item, Control C. Go back to our blocks folder. So underneath we'll go to the MCP folder first. So you go to SRC, Minecraft. If you don't already have a textures folder, you will need to create that textures folder. And then we'll need to create a folder in that's called items, and then paste in your touch item or whatever the code says right here it should be called. Now you're gonna run the client, and if it's correct we should see our item appear. Okay, so we'll get to single player, going to creative world, and our beautiful tutorial block is in our hands. So yeah, there we go. That is our tutorial item. It has the correct textures as well, and if you drop it on the ground, you can see it has a nice texture to it. I added those dots because I love looking at the three-dimensional dots when you drop the item. So, and as well, if this block is dropping, it will of course have its textures as well. And strange enough, like if I go to down here, the item is bigger than the block. See that? Well, that's normal Minecraft logic, because if I have a glass here, for instance redstone, if I drop this redstone here, oops, it's just as big, it seems like, but the block fills in the 16 by 16 space, while the redstone doesn't. So if I take an item that's really close to filling up the entire 16 by 16 area, drop the glass next to it, you can see the glass is smaller. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you are able to create items on yourself now. So, and if you don't, you could watch this video again to see what you missed or what you misunderstood. So, thank you guys for watching. Bye.